Hello everyone, welcome to Urban Dive Magazine. It's always a pleasure having you guys, so make sure to join us every month. I'm your host, Wanjiku Mungai, and this is what we have planned out for you. As you have seen, we have so much for you. Without further ado, let's get to our first story. Did you know it only takes kids a week for them to learn choreographed dance moves? I can only imagine due to my two left feet. On our show today, Papichu Ngige talks to Bruce Newton, a dance choreographer who works with kids.
Maana nilikimbia katika injili ya baba nikimwona nitasimama.
Bruce Newton is a well-known gospel artist who has embraced dance and music to reach out to young people. His hit song trend every time with the youth more fascinated by how possible it is to have fun in Christ. As a professional dancer, Bruce registered his Bazo-Kizo concepts as an initiative to reach out to his many talented young people as possible. After inquiry, Bruce told us it only takes the kids a week to come up and train on the given moves. He has been able to take choreographed moves to various groups and send them through to competition both local and international. The awards the dance groups get are used to support their families, education, and grow their talent. Well, that was amazing. Make sure to follow us on our social media platforms at Urban Dive and tell us what you think. Get to know how Nathan Gethegi, founder of K1 Monday Movies, bring people together for interaction.
Hello, my name is Nathan Gethegi. I am a content creator, a curator of experiences, and recently moved back to Kenya about a year ago. I identified a need in the marketplace for experiences that are not being done currently. I have a background in mass communication. I have a family member who is a well-known actor, and by virtue of that, we're trying to bring Hollywood to Kenya. I think Kenya is at the forefront of the digital content creation market because there's a lot of creative people here, and there is a need for platforms and for means by which content creators can have their work not only shown but appreciated as well. Currently, I curate a movie experience at K1 Clubhouse. I will be taking that concept and doing it out in the public space, something called Popcorn Pop-Up. I want to create a lifestyle brand that is about the diaspora, and I also am going to be facilitating some modeling competitions that are coming to Nairobi. I found that marketing in Kenya is quite robust. However, it's a copy-paste environment. So the people that I want to work with and the way that I market myself personally is I try to be not only outside the box, I try to imagine there is no box. So for people that just want to be like the next person, I would strongly suggest that you go and get inspiration from sources like YouTube, from other bloggers, from marketing magazines. There's a saying that says, formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. So therefore, it's important, even if you don't have a marketing background and you're somebody who's trying to do something in the creative space, teach yourself as much as you can about marketing, because that way you will have a value differentiation between yourself, your product or service, and the next person's product, good or service.
Music is food to the soul, but does it really put food on the table? Kago Mungai shares his story.
Ndoto za maisha na wewe, I'm just
Kago Mungai falls on the top 10 list of pop artists in Kenya. His rise to fame in the music scene was engineered partly by his looks and largely by his musical direction. He has made his presence in the industry quite significant. He's a cool kid who is constantly showcasing his works for better or for worse. He has a new album called Spectrum in which the creativity is highly presented. He tries to imply that we are different people and you don't have to be defined by society. And how he plans to market his new album.
Okay, so marketing in music, I guess, is an important part, something that we could talk about. And marketing has always been done very aggressively before social media, during social media, and it continue being done after. So there's usually, like when we release the album, for example, we drop the album Spectrum, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to send out a press release, and we're going to ensure that all of our media partners or our people, affiliates, from TV stations to magazines to newspapers, all are aware that there's a new product out called Spectrum, and that this is how you can find it, this is what it's about, this is how you can share it, this is how you can download it, this is where you can buy it. And that's step one. Step two is then actually going to do the interviews, right? So we go to these different media houses and we'll go and like talk about the album and what it means and what it's about and all of these things. The third step would be obviously social media. And that happens, all of these things are happening like at the same time, right? So social media is heavy, it's something that we strongly believe in. And so that is always there 100%, ensuring that we engage with fans and just, I guess, the target audience to make sure that people are aware and vibing with Spectrum, you know.
We have a glimpse of how the famous Nganyas are transformed from scrap to a beautiful piece of art. Have a look.
Eddie Picasso is a brush name for Edwin Wanjao, which is the artist's real name. He's a matatu designer or artist who started the practice back in 2015 under the group Lithiumized with the founder Lithium, who happens to be his mentor and the person who did introduce him into airbrush art and its applications in modern art and also as a business. Eddie has been into art for as long as he can remember. He was first introduced to art back in high school from friends who he at the time schooled with. Through interest and passion, he's much more than a self-taught artist. His art majorly lingers on human form, especially portraits. He started on pencil portraits, which bagged him an amazing award at the Nairobi Visual Arts, which is held yearly under the Go Down Art Center. Gone are the days when people had plain doors. With the technological advancements now, door designing hasn't been left behind. Today, we learn step by step how you could transform your door from plain and basic to bougie.
Thank you very much. I'm going to make a brief presentation of how to produce an image on a workpiece. And today we are going to use three softwares, one of which is called the CAD, Computer Aided Design. And that, in this case, we are going to use the SolidWorks. And let us have a look at one of the previous designs that I had done. And This is this particular flower here, which you can actually edit and move around and so on and so forth. You can actually do a lot of stuff on this particular design, after which we are going to save it. The next software that we're going to use only works with this DXF, so we're going to save it as a DXF file. So we have this particular flower here, we can tell it to save. So that is the work of this first software, that is the CAD, which is SolidWorks software. And next we are going to go to our next software, which is ArtCam. Sorry, here we go to the ArtCam. We are going to import our previous design that we did in SolidWorks. So this is the flower that we are going to work on, and in this case it is in vector form. So again we are going to generate the tool paths, and that is which shows how the tool is going to cut this particular workpiece. We should come here to see what we are going to get from the machine. So this is a simulation option, so let's try to simulate the tool, and in this case let's have a tool here. This is the workpiece here, so we are going to simulate this tool here, and this is what you're going to have.
Now that marks the end of our show today. Make sure to follow us on our social media platforms at Urban Dive. I have been your host, Wenjiku Mungai. Till next time, bye.
Jackson.